Okay, so here we are again in another video, and today we're gonna talk about Friday. Today it's Sunday. I've been out, okay, and well, on Friday I just could look at the market from 8 to 10 more or less. I had to leave. So yeah, no trades for me, nothing clear really, but I'm gonna try to explain everything as good as I can. Okay, so we started with DXY. Um, as I said, I think we had, well, obviously we had this previous weekly low taken with a week. It took that again with the strength. This is a clear strength. So I think there are no buyers here as we have no week and anything. So we could expect some buys this day to take this liquidity, which is well, this is a breakup structure to well, an H1 BOS, and this day having like it was building all these sellers liquidity, so I expected this to be taken, and we will see if we come back again or we continue to downside. Okay, but it's true that there's a lot of liquidity here. Okay, so probably at some point we will go up again. So yeah, as you can see, it's going down. We had some reactions here, like we had this breakup structure on M5 here, and here we had liquidity, so we had some reactions, and then it took the relevant liquidity on each one, and then well, it reacted, but it's true that this is a little bit ugly. Okay. So after that, I just decided to go to see the other pairs. For example, Euro USD. I saw the chart and I thought, I don't really like this. I have nothing here, so the closest relevant liquidity on each one was here. Here we had previous daily high, so bless me. Okay, so yeah, as I had to go in the morning, I had nothing here, and I didn't look for any buys or anything, as I'm just trying to respect my strategy and wait for relevant liquidity to be taken. So there was nothing for me, and I didn't even look at EU, like only a simple analysis. Okay, for example, here on GU, it was different. I saw we had this H1 BOS here. So let me show you. I saw the chart like this more or less, do 7, okay, like this. Let me okay. I come from the mountains and maybe well, yeah. I'm not gonna explain. Okay, so we had this H1 BOS here, previous daily low here. We had no really rival liquidity here. It's true that we have these break and retest traders, so I expected this to be broken to probably induce the break and retest traders from here, and then continue to downside. Okay, so I thought about buying. It's true that it's not my strategy and I didn't buy. Okay, but after seeing that it respected this H1 BOS, and that we had a week on H1, let me show you. So we had this break here, break of structure to the downside. It's true that this is my strategy, and I could have entered here probably. So yeah, it's true that I had a nice trade probably here. Well, no, because there's no engulfing candle. Okay, here. So yeah, I don't think I would have entered. But we move to downside. here probably if I hadn't read this would have been a break even, but I was just expecting this to hold the price on H1 because we had this week here. Okay, so well, yeah, this is not a good trade. I'm gonna explain it right now. Sorry, this is not a good trade because this is an H1 BOS. Not this is not relevant liquidity. It's just a structural break. So that's why I was looking for a buy. Now I remember it. Okay, sorry. But this is why I was looking for a buy. As this is not relevant liquidity. So yeah, I just thought about the continuation with that week and everything. So it mitigated and then it moved to the upside. Maybe break of structure here in mitigation, but this is not my strategy. It's true that it's not relevant liquidity, but I have to study continuations. Okay, so this is not my strategy, and I didn't trade that, but it moved to the upside. Okay, and here I can't look for sells as there's no relevant liquidity to the left. Okay, and then yeah, here we have nothing really, nothing I would have traded from. So yeah, that's it. Okay, so this probably was a good buy. I just want to take note, but not trade it. The thing is that it's out of timing too, so nothing tradable here. But yeah, pretty interesting. Okay, for a continuation after break of structure. Let's see. USD JPY. I think I had nothing too, more or less. Well, we had this previous weekly low taken. Relevant liquidity in H1 here, break of structure. So yeah, I just saw this falling, and for me there was nothing. The next relevant liquidity in H1 was here, and it went there. But yeah, so you can see that, for example, here we had the previous weekly low liquidity, so it reacted and then it exploded. Okay, I didn't like the buys here as we had big weeks. I don't know if you remember, but well. And I did, well, yeah, I was looking for buys. Yeah, it's true. I was looking for buys, but it didn't mitigate. Well, yeah. But I had my confirmations. Okay, and here nothing. So USDCHF. On Friday I was looking only on GU, USDCHF, and USDCAD. Okay, so here we had revenue within H1 taken here with its previous weekly low too. Then we took this revenue within H1. It was a break of structure too, so H1 BOS. Then we had some revenue liquidity here. It was taken, and then we moved to the upside, taking more liquidity, and then we had here more liquidity. So I just waited for this to be taken, but I had to go, so I wasn't able to trade that. It's true that here maybe we could have an opportunity to trade, but with these weeks and everything, I don't like it. I don't like it that the session is far from this one. So yeah, I would just waited probably for this to be taken, and then break of structure. Well, those are equal lows, but yeah, I don't think I would have traded that as we have equal lows, but yeah, and mitigation here. Probably I would have marked this as we have like imbalance, and then it moves up. Okay, and finally, okay, finally USD CAD. Okay, so we had this break of structure to the downside on H1. H1 POS, yeah. So we took this revenue liquidity on H1 here, which it was to previous weekly high. And it built all these sellers liquidity here. H1 BOS, but no relevant liquidity, so it broke structure on H1 2 here, H1 BOS. It's true that we had a break of structure on M5 here, but nothing to trade for me. Okay, so well, this was my Friday. It's true that I couldn't trade the sheet as I wasn't here. Probably we have some relevant liquidities here. This relevant liquidity as it took this high, and this high broke this structure, so this is relevant liquidity for me. It even reacted here, so if this is relevant liquidity, as you can see, usually relevant liquidity has some reaction, and then this is more relevant liquidity, and as you can see, taking this relevant liquidity, it faked here. It took the other relevant liquidity on M5 and then it moved up, so it's just crazy. I just try to trade everything lately, and I think I have to focus on A plus setup and then study more. But I just need a base to be profitable, and then I can keep studying. But this is just crazy. Okay, as you can see, it reacts perfectly with the previous weekly high, inducing the sellers and then moving up. So just crazy. It's a lot of things to study, but yeah, I just don't know where to start from with all these things. But I can start with my relevant liquidity taken, M5 BOS, and then mitigation or relevant liquidity M1 taken, and engulfing candle or breakers structure on M1, and yeah, and then a trade. Okay, so well, I hope you like it, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.